Here in Australia, we're fed a steady diet of American comedies on our television, all pretty much based on a tried and true formula of homespun family values. It's the safe and sure way of the American networks. Anything outrageous or risque is considered not only dangerous, but taboo. So imagine the consternation when a crass show about two alcoholic, sex-loving pill poppers suddenly started winning viewers in their millions. The British sitcom Absolutely Fabulous has become so successful, the Americans are now going to clone it. With its run now ended in Britain and work starting on a movie, Morley Safer of American 60 Minutes investigates the success of a program that's absolutely fabulous.
She was so anally retentive she couldn't sit down for fear of sucking up the furniture.
The main characters are Patsy Stone, age never admitted, profession sort of editor of a sort of fashion magazine, never married, uncountable one-night stands.
Oh, he was just a windscreen washer I picked up at the traffic lights. Bun so tight he was bouncing off the walls.
And her best, perhaps only friend, Adina Monsoon, who sort of runs a sort of PR company.
Sweetie, darling.
Both never far from a bolly, their term for Bollinger champagne, or a vodka to chase it with 3 children.
I've compacted every vice into each character. Normally, you know, you spread the vices out, but I've compacted them into just these 2 people. They're revolting people.
You think they're revolting? I mean,
I think they are they're pretty awful. I mean, I try and make them worse and worse only because I find people liking them too much.
Yeah, give me the Stones any day, Eddie.
Yes, Stones.
Hey, Eddie.
Joanna Lumley, a successful stage and film actress who's played both cool, sophisticated women and lethal weapons, as one of James Bond's girls, and as an Avenger. She does not resemble Patsy Stone in any way. Highly literary, honored by the Queen, married to classical music composer and conductor Stephen Barlow. She says there's a bit of Patsy and Adina in all women.
And there are a lot of very vain and selfish women who do spend an enormous amount of time on themselves, money on themselves. They spend all afternoons in hairdressers' shops. They spend a fortune on clothes. They're endlessly being wrapped in different kind of things to get slim. Now, Jennifer has just taken the head off that and spiked through the satire. The satire, it's the high satire of it that appeals to me so much.
You live from self-induced crisis to self-induced crisis. Someone does your hair, someone chooses what you wear, someone does your brain, someone tells you what to eat, and 3 times a week someone sticks a hose up your bum and flushes it all out of you.
It's called colonic irrigation, darling. It's not to be sniffed at.
Why can't you just go to the toilet like normal people?
Is that what you really want me to be, darling? Normal? Some boring normal old toilet goer?
A lot of people take offense. They find nothing funny about drunkenness, nothing funny about drug addiction, nothing even funny about smoking. In the States, where people are a little more uptight about these things, what has the response been?
Fantastic. They adore it. They do get the joke in America. They do get the joke. You see, the thing is, we're not saying cigarettes are good, drinks good. They're these 2 wrecks crawling through life, leaving
this
a
is what could
filthy
happen
stain
to
behind
you.
them. And people laugh at it because it's funny, because it's partly all of us. A bit of it's all of us.
Darling, she mustn't know I've had a drink.
It may be obvious by now why American commercial networks turned down Absolutely Fabulous, but last year, after first rejecting it, cable's Comedy Central picked it up and last summer doubled their highest ever primetime rating.
Here at Comedy Central.
American newspaper critics said it was absolutely fabulous. The message was loud and clear. Roseanne moved in and bought the rights to put her own version of the show on American network television this year. You think that show's going to be any good, given the Puritan nature of American broadcasting?
Yeah, I think she's the one person that could make it happen, which is why, you know, she's got it.
But there are still certain boundaries. really
Well,
very...
no, but actually they're kind of superficial ones, which is like, it's like the smoking or the drinking and stuff. And that actually, although it is part of the show, it isn't the essence of the show. I mean, the essence of the show is actually the mother and daughter relationship.
Keep the noise down.
This is Adina's response when Safi tells her she wants to go on a school trip to Marrakesh in Morocco to study local customs.
Study? You don't go to Marrakesh to study, darling.
No, you don't.
No, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to go to Marrakesh, and studying is not one of them, sweetie. I mean, you go to Marrakesh, you go for, I don't know, drugs, dirt cheap plates and rugs.
Yeah, easygoing sex with gorgeous underage youths.
Their only obsessions beyond themselves are the lives of people who appear in glossy magazines. As bitchy as they are about them, these are their ideal women.
Khashoggi.
No.
Shapari Khashoggi, darling.
No.
All that money and she's still got a moustache.
Well, it's interesting what you say is that Patsy and Adina are the true result, the true product of what fashion magazines are trying to turn women into.
Absolutely. It's just this constant choice. I mean, I found I was trying to decorate my house, you know, and you open a magazine and think, oh, I quite like that. Then you go, oh, but I quite like that. Oh, but I quite like that. And you just cannot fit it all in your house because it's telling you, I need this, this, this. So you actually do away with your own personal taste altogether. And that's why people get this constant confusion in magazines. You should dress like this, you should dress like that. You know, it's, whoa.
God, I can't find anyone I want to look like, you know. Oh, actually, she's not bad. Who's that?
That's Ivana Trump.
She's good, isn't she?
Yeah, do you think so? I mean, it's pathetic, these older women struggling to look 25.
I think she's tremendous.
That is the role model. Ivana Trump is the ideal person to a lot of people.
Well, of course, she's made to be by all the magazines. I mean, it's always on the rich and famous and how beautiful they are and how they've kept their bodies in good shape. So that is, I mean, that is what women are anxious about in real life, not in this show. In real life, women are made to feel they'll be old-fashioned or dowdy, or they won't be able to get a man, or their legs will be a millimetre thicker in some position where you shouldn't be them. And they're anxious people. Women are anxious people.
The two women have spent their lives avoiding normal. The cutting edge of life is where they want to be.
This is the one, Pat. This.
There is no sin, no temptation that they have not succumbed to, except for one.
Have this one. Have you tried this one?
They represent the me generation sagging its way into middle age with a vicious, indecent view of the world and all its problems.
I got some lovely cooking pots coming in from Somalia. I mean, they don't need them. Got no food to put in them after all.